Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. We're not out of the woods yet. The remnants of Tropical Cyclone Lola are expected to keep hammering the Coromandel, Bay of Plenty and Gisborne until tomorrow, with Waka Kotahi urging people to keep off the roads.
Since last night, Kaikooi has had 1.5 times the amount of rainfall it would normally get in an entire month. Coromandel was hardest hit with 200 millimetres of rain falling, and there's more to come. Karen Rutherford reports.
The long tail of ex-tropical cyclone Lola roared ashore this morning, bringing a little bit of fear factor and a few lulls.
Oh, it's fantastic. I like this kind of weather. We've got palms in the back of our property and they were bending over beautifully. They were like doing a ballet.
Dancing waves and up to 25 millimetres of rain an hour that flooded roads across Northland and on both coasts of the Coromandel, closing several schools on the peninsula.
It is pretty gnarly, and at this stage we're looking at 3.5 to 4 metre swells.
It's just gone high tide here on the Coromandel Peninsula, and already this brand new retaining wall has breached its banks, swamping State Highway 25 out of Whitianga.
We've just come to get some stuff from the supermarket, and by the time we've come back it's a bit too deep to go through again.
On Auckland's North Shore, boats succumbed, Lola unleashing her own brand of naughty on vessels like Little Mischief. Passengers too on the majestic Princess trying to enter Auckland got a wild ride. Forced to shelter out in the Hauraki Gulf by a deep low, bringing winds in excess of 130 kilometres an hour to several regions.
Climate change is here, whether we like it or not. We are planning for that, so we're looking forward 30, 50, 100 years into the future. Our council started 3 years ago planning for this, but we're not there yet. We've still got a lot of work to do.
Lines companies across Northland have spent the day playing catch-up. Severe gusts brought down trees and cut power to more than 5,000 homes.
We're still in the midst of this severe weather event in terms of the heavy rain that is continuing. It is moving away from Northland, moving more into those southern areas. So we're talking about Coromandel, Bay of Plenty, parts of Gisborne, Hawke's Bay.
And with streams and rivers now laced with sediment, some water treatment plants are overloaded. Coromandel residents at Puriri, Omahu and Matatoki are now being urged to conserve water for a day at least. Karen Rutherford, Newshub.
The east coast is also in Lola's path with an orange heavy rain warning across Tairāwhiti extended until tomorrow evening. It's put locals and authorities on high alert as the region continues its recovery from Cyclone Gabrielle. Leighton Hakel reports from Gisborne.
An outlook locals in Tairāwhiti have become all too familiar with. The heavy rain is back.
Oh, this is the worst of the worst, but I mean, I've seen the worst but this has gone really bad.
Ex-tropical cyclone Lola bringing a cocktail of bad weather. The Met Service has issued a heavy rain warning until 5 p.m. tomorrow, along with strong winds and huge swells across the region. It's a place that keeps being hit. The remnants of Cyclone Gabrielle remain across many of the beaches along the east coast, like here in Tolaga Bay. And as the region gets pummeled by more bad weather, there are fears that more slash will wash ashore.
Well, it's come back again. It's going to happen again. And look at the water rain. I mean, it's frightening for all of us here in Tolaga.
Frightening for those further north in Tokumaru Bay too. Dozens of homes were forced to evacuate earlier this year after a build-up of slash caused a dam in the Mangahoani River.
Every time we push out weather warnings, it does increase everyone's anxieties, especially for those that live along our waterways.
Cyclone Gabrielle destroyed much of the coast's infrastructure. Roads and bridges they're still trying to rebuild.
With the intensity of the rain, most definitely it will have an impact on the recovery efforts.
It's like a stop-start, one step forward, one step back. So yes, we will probably be seeing more slips or unstable areas or flooded roads or bridges, but we will deal with it as it comes our way.
Because the people here have done it before, time and time again.
I can tell you the people in Gisborne hate the word resilient. This community need a break. We need a nice, dry, warm summer to lift community spirit and give us the opportunity to get back on our feet.
But for now, they've got to get through whatever Lola throws their way.
Well, OK, Leighton, how's the weather there now?
Well, it's wet and it's windy. That rain has certainly started to intensify over the last few hours since that heavy rain warning kicked in at 1 o'clock. Met Service is warning up to 140 millimetres of rain could fall, and some parts of the region have already seen that, and the warning's not over until 5 p.m. tomorrow. We've also started to see some roads flooded, particularly up the east coast. The infamous State Highway 35 has already flooded and it's already closed. Now, Civil Defence says they will be monitoring the river levels overnight and will stand up if it needs to, but the message is, as always, to stay off the road and hunker down tonight. The people here know the drill. They've been through it too many times to count.
They have indeed. Leighton, thank you for the update.
Well, Heather's here now with more on the weather. Kia ora, Heather. So where is the low centred at the moment?
Currently sitting just east of Northland, and the main rain band is currently over Whanganui, Hawke's Bay and Gisborne. Now, it is a slow-moving system. This is due to a ridge of high pressure that's parked up east of the Chatham Islands, and it's blocking the storm. It's acting like a wall. This does slowly weaken tomorrow, and the warnings all drop off by the end of tomorrow. I'll have more on those after sport.
Thank you, Heather. Look forward to it.